Hello everybody, hope that you are very well and welcome to today's video where I just felt like offering maybe some emotional support for people because I'm sure there's going to be quite a lot of panic, a lot of, title of the video, emotional roller coaster. And, I'm not going to fully focus on technical analysis. This video is going to be a bit of support for people that need it in that regards, and also just like giving you another perspective of the chart. Because I think sometimes people can get really worried, really upset, really, just that emotional roller coaster feeling. And really, there is no need to be upset. There's no need to be emotional. There's no need to be fearful. There's no need to be euphoric. There's no need for any of these things right now. Let's just do this in a way which is going to be nice, hopefully calming for you. And I'm going to show you why there's no need to be fearful. Okay, in the regards of why would you need to be fearful right now? So let's talk about this. Look at this Bitcoin chart. Look at this Bitcoin monthly. Well, where are my manners? Let me say hello to people before we begin. Hello. We have over 1,200 people in here for a middle of the day on a Thursday. I think that's pretty good. But yeah, hello everyone. We have some people. Good morning from Thailand. Hello over in Thailand. Some people over in the USA. Some people over in middle of Europe, Eastern Europe. Hello. Have you slept well, Daniel? I just have to laugh because the honest answer is, as you all know, I was 48 hours no sleep. 40 coming on 48 hours no sleep. I thought I was going to be sleeping all of today. I thought like I wasn't going to wake up today at all, and then I managed to wake up, and I woke up and I was like, you know what, let's go do a live stream, just for the simple fact is, I woke up, I'm not panicking, I'm not worried in this absolute slightest. I'm honestly, can hand on heart tell you, I have no worries in the world right now when it comes to my trades. But there are a lot of other people that are panicking. Why are they panicking? Well, we'll go through as we go through the time frames. But yeah, I just felt like, maybe I can help some people out with this. But hello from everybody. Dublin, Holland, Malaysia, Belgium, Brazil. Everybody from all over the world. Denmark. But yeah, I just hope you're doing very well. And I hope I can just hopefully calm your nerves a little bit, calm your nerves. Obviously, you can't really see, but Bitcoin is dropping a little bit right now. A little bit. It's dropping, But let's start, because I really don't want this to go on forever. Just a afternoon, middle of the afternoon video to offer hopefully some clarity, perspective, change. I don't know. I'll do my best to try and assist you in that way. So this is the monthly chart on Bitcoin, and doesn't this chart look really great? We're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, 6 months straight. We've got one more week left of this month. We're on 6 months in a row of green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 green months in a row. Not even 6 months ago, we are up nearly 400% on the Bitcoin chart. When you think of it like this, we are up 400% in 6 months. Just think of that and then think to yourself, why are some people, I mean, again, I'm honestly not panicking, but why are some people like really panicking, really thinking, oh my God? You just have to sometimes just think to yourself, we are up 400% in 6 months, 6 green months in a row. You do not see this on Bitcoin. You just do not see 6 green months in a row. So the first thing that you have to think to yourself is, everything is fine right now. On the bigger term time frames, everything is absolutely fine. Okay, there's no need to be panicking in that regards. I truly would say the only people that are panicking about any of this drop are the over-leveraged traders. If you are not over-leveraged, if you are using a sensible amount of leverage, I do truly believe there's absolutely no reason to be panicking. And hopefully this is a lesson, I suppose, to some people that are panicking. Do not use high leverage. There's honestly no reason why you should be using such a high amount of leverage that you are really worried about this sort of drop. Okay, that's the first thing that I'd say. For swing traders anyway, of course, I'm talking about swing traders here. We're not talking about day trades or scalp trades. We're talking about swing traders, people that like to hold their position on a high-term time frame. You cannot really be worried, I wouldn't have thought. because one would say you're very likely up hundreds of percent. So when you also think of it like that, even if we were to retrace another, 30% of the downside, you're still up. You're still going to be up over a few 100%. So it's not really the end of the world. But yeah, on the monthly chart, 6 green candles in a row. Everything looks absolutely brilliant, doesn't it? It really, really looks, everything looks really nice. Okay, we're sitting at over $51,000. Nothing really nothing really screams at you like this is a really big sell signal, does it? Looks pretty nice. Let's move down to the weekly, see if we get a bit of a perspective change on a lower term time frame, shall we? Come down to the weekly. I mean, this also, does this look like a bearish chart to you, or does this just look like a very, very nice uptrend? I would say this looks like a very nice uptrend. Very strong impulsive move to the upside. Finding resistance around $60,000, yes. But at the end of the day, I mean, does this scream to you like this looks really bearish? Does this scream to you like you need to be panicking and worrying? Again, I don't really think so. Wouldn't say so. Again, the only people that are going to be panicking, I think, or worried about this are people that have bought, above $60,000, let's say, because, it's obviously pretty bad buying. But, I don't think the weekly chart looks at anything like that you're going to be thinking to yourself, oh my God, this is the end of the world right now. Let's go down to the daily. Does this daily look like a really bearish chart to you? No, I don't think so. I honestly don't really think so. The daily, we were still in a daily uptrend, doesn't really look very bearish in my opinion. Okay, let's go down another term time frame. So, you have to think that nothing, let's just say this, nothing is just going to do this. Nothing just does that, okay? And unless it's like a penny stock, which might do that at times. But at the end of the day, we're trading Bitcoin. We're trading one of the biggest markets in the world, and it doesn't do this. What it does is this. You get these peaks to the downside and back up. So you see, it doesn't just do this. It's going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And if you're not prepared for these sort of downward moves like this, then I just question, like, you've got to work on your mentality. I think you just got to work on understanding that it's not going to go straight up, and these downwards moves have to be expected. They really do. So the daily still looks fine, really, doesn't it? Let's go down to the 12-hour, see if anything starts to change. 12-hour still looks absolutely fine. 4-hour, 4-hour, we could say that this is starting to become maybe, we got a local 4-hour downtrend at the moment. So we have got a local 4-hour downtrend. Okay. See this. Hitting around our 1-to-1 extensions. Does the 4-hour look bearish? I suppose it looks like it's in a downtrend. Does the 4-hour really, does it scream at you? This is the thing. I can acknowledge that the lower the time frame that you go, it obviously starts to become a little bit more bearish. I'm not going to lie. We drop down to like the 1 hour. Of course, this starts to look even worse. But let's just remember, it looks really, really good on the higher term time frames. Of course, the lower the time frame that we go, the worse this starts to look. Okay, I know that because I'm trading it. Obviously, on the lower term time frames, it does look worse. But on the higher term time frames, everything looks really good. And at the end of the day, if you're really, really scared right now, I just try and offer you the perspective that we are in a massive uptrend. You can still view this as a really good opportunity at the end of the day for the uptrend to continue. Yes, even if we drop down to levels, let's just say such as $40,000, at the end of the day, we're still in a major uptrend. And if you're not prepared, and if you're not this is another thing. So who is worried about this move to the downside? It's the people that were not prepared for the move down. For the people that were yesterday buying the Elon Musk tweet, which apparently had nothing to do with technical analysis, and it was all like Elon Musk. The people that were buying the top, and I really don't mean this to be mean. I do not want to be mean in this video. I'm not even going to brag about I could sit here in this video bragging about my short trades, but I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is just say, I truly mean this in a nice way, but the only people that are panicking right now, I think are going to be the sort of people that bought the high of the Elon Musk news. Why? Because apparently if Elon Musk tweets, that must mean it's really, really bullish or whatever. And I just tell you, this is just, it's a crazy way to trade. And, you know, at the end of the day, we've made our way down. So how can you be worried about this? Well, I guess it's for the people that were thinking that it couldn't go down, or there's no way this is going down, or I wasn't ready for a move down. Because if you had a bearish scenario, if you had a bearish plan, if you were prepared for downsides, you can be like me, which is just a state of mind, which is, this is absolutely fine. This is absolutely fine. And one could argue that this is a healthy retracement. This is needed. This is really, really good that we're getting a retracement, because at the end of the day, if we had just continued up without getting these retracements, that worries me as a long-term time frame trader. You know, I have perspectives on the lower term time frames. I have perspective on a higher term time frame. And as a higher and under the perspective of a higher term time frame trader, I would have been worried if we didn't get these sort of retracements. So for me, I can honestly sit here and tell you, I am happy as a long-term Bitcoin bull that we are getting these sort of retracements. This makes me happy, because it makes me believe the uptrend is actually long-term sustainable. Because an unsustainable uptrend is something that just goes up and up and up and up and up and doesn't get heavy retracements. So these sort of retracements, they make me happy or content to, you know, happily look for Bitcoin on a medium long term. You know, I honestly say I have zero worry about Bitcoin. And at the end of the day, I am expecting the highs to be broken. Does that mean that we're going to break them tomorrow? Absolutely not. Would I like lower on the Bitcoin chart? Absolutely yes. But it's just because I'm a trader. So yeah, I truly feel that the only people worrying right now are the type of people that bought at top of the Elon Musk, you know, accepting Bitcoin on Tesla sort of things. That, you know, if that was you, if you're watching this video and you bought yesterday the top of the move because Elon Musk tweeted, all I think is you got to think to yourself, do not let that happen again. Do not let that happen again. Please, just do not let it happen again. Hopefully you've learned your lesson. Okay, hopefully you've learned your lesson. But I mean, in terms of I mean, what's the word I'm looking for here? In terms of lower term time frame, yeah, I'm not going to argue with anybody that says this is looking pretty. Looks as if we can come down lower. Okay, we're talking about this on the 1 hour time frame. Of course, this does look like it can retrace a little bit lower, doesn't it? We're in a 1 hour downtrend. We're seeing increased momentum to the downside. You know, the question that you know, I already know there's going to be 100 comments in the comment section that say the exact same thing. Is this a good time to short? You know, because what, people love to short when price is going down. You know, it's pretty funny, but you know, I already know without even looking at the comment section that there will be probably out of 2,500 people, probably 2,000 of them are going to be saying, is it a good time to short? You know, I'll tell you now, no, absolutely not. I personally would never in my life short here. Okay. Because I just never, ever look to short if price is coming down. You know, if you really want to short, where would you say, where are two opportunities where you could have shorted? In my opinion, over the last 12 hours here. Well, of course, we could say you could have shorted up here. Congratulations for anybody that did. If you missed that, where was the next opportunity? Well, I think you would have gone support into resistance, where you have a little bit of a support resistance flip. You know, that could have been a potential short. Would I say this is a short where we are down here? My answer is always. I'm always going to say no, even though personally I want to see lower. You know, I actually want to see lower on the Bitcoin chart, and I am in a short position. But at the end of the day, I would not open a new short here. And if you miss this short, even if you try to short during a breakdown here, like, you just have to accept that if you are not in a short from, I need to say, obviously, not financial advice. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. You got to make your own decisions. I'm not here to tell you what to do, and you just have to, you know, I'm not here to tell you what to do. But if I was in no position right now, if I was in no trade right now, then there's no way in the world I would start to short here, because this is just a really, you know, it's just crazy to short at the bottom of the move. Well, even though, of course, this could not be the bottom and we could continue lower. But shorting after a 5% move on the day, I just think is a really bad practice. And you're just destined to continuously lose money. You know, sometimes you just have to accept, I've missed this move. if it continues down lower, that's just the punishment of missing the move. Because I think the worst thing to do would be to short here only to see it reverse. Okay. You're going to be much more, I personally would be more annoyed if I was in no position to short now and see it reverse than to short now and see it go down and you know, just because it's a really bad habit to be in. It's just such a bad habit to be in. So you want to look for your shorts when price is rising. You don't look for shorts when it's coming down. And I want to emphasize, like, I personally am looking for lower. You know, I'm not going to lie. I am looking for lower, but I still, you know, I wouldn't short here. You know, obviously you can do whatever you want. If you want to short here, go for it. Like it makes no difference to me, but I personally just wouldn't short here. But then, yeah, that's all I would say. And that's just simply because I wouldn't look to short when we are, you know, coming down like this. You know, I've told you the two places, in my opinion, where you could have shorted, and where we are now does not include a position I would ever look for a short. Okay. And I know lots of people are worrying, lots of people are panicking, but yeah, I mean, I can safely just say I wouldn't short here. Because you got the big psychological level $50,000 below you. You got this big psychological level $50,000. Personally, wouldn't. I just feel $50,000 has been such a level back and forth. Does not really offering a very good high probability technical trade, in my opinion. So would I long 50k? My answer would be no. I don't feel there's enough technical confluence at the level. Could you bounce $50,000 being a psychological level on its own? Potentially, but I personally wouldn't long it. Why? Because I don't have enough confluences in my technical analysis to warrant myself thinking that that's a good long. Okay, so I personally would like to see lower than that. So I suppose you're left with a few opportunities, really, aren't you? You could either say, if you really want a long, I'd say you're going to be waiting for lower, or alternatively, maybe a bit of a resistance support flip. So here, you went into support into resistance. Where would be your next level if you go support into resistance? So this could now be your next resistance level, couldn't it? But if you start to break resistance and turn it into support, then you could say maybe that gives you a bit of a better long. You know, longing here was obviously crazy. Why? Because if you longed here, you're longing into resistance. The same, if it comes up here and you long here, you're longing into resistance. You're better off waiting for it to turn into support, or alternatively, getting another move to the downside. Personally, I'm waiting for another move to the downside, or a resistance support flip. It's not like I'm against a resistance support flip, but you know, that's just my opinion. I personally would like to see lower. Does it have to happen? Of course it doesn't happen. It's just what I'd like. It doesn't matter what I like at the end of the day. But that's how I can trade. That's how I trade. What can I say? You know. So I'd be waiting for one or two things. I'd preferably see another move to the downside, or alternatively a bit of a resistance back into support. You know, would I short here? I mean, the answer is definitely not, because you know I just would never be able to short where we are here. You know, it's just crazy. Just look. You know, we're literally. You know, I just, yeah. I think I've explained that well enough. I couldn't short here really simply because I would never ever short a move to the downside, even though I actually want to see, like, I want to see lower. But yeah. So I hope that offers that perspective. Trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to cover before we end. Oh yeah, I mean, I was trying to put out warnings. To be fair, I put warnings of a drop publicly in the spectators chat over in Discord yesterday with bearish signs, and I also done one on Instagram. To be fair, I was posting about the shorts over on Instagram yesterday. So if you're not following for the urgent updates, you can be aware of this 20 hours ago, posting about the short that I had gone into with the caption, "Let's go Bears." So if you're not following on Instagram, I kind of recommend that you go over and follow, because I will give you some urgent updates when I change my positions. Obviously, that was now 14 hours ago, but 6 hours ago, I was even saying, 6 hours ago, I posted off this urgent update. I hope you reacted. Bruh, the Bears are back in town. What can we say? So if you're not following on Instagram, I'd say go and follow on Insta. there's the link if you want. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, we just had, I don't want to cover all the reasons about this, but hey, we had technical reasons. And from here, I think that what we can be looking at is, in my perspective, another move to, I'd like another move to the downside. I think $50,000 is a psychological level, but I'm not really expecting anything major from it. I will alternatively get a bit of a resistance back into support. Did this video, let's just check what's going on here. So I did put in the title of this video, I'd look at ADA and Cardano, so I guess I would look at it for very briefly. Let's just see what's going on. Again, I don't actually really trade alts at all, so I'm not really an altcoin trader. I just look, the only time I'll look at alts is because I know people want to look at it, but I personally don't really trade alts. But yeah, looking at the Cardano, doesn't look really that, it looks pretty good. You know, arguably this looks pretty good, we could say. Come back into, maybe, what is this, coming back into the CC? I never ever look at this chart, but there you go. Yeah, come back into the CC. So we come back into the CC. You can see here how we hit the low of that, and it pumped 6% to the upside. So surprise, surprise, CC does its job there. Cardano, we could say that it looks pretty decent in that regards. I don't think you want to lose the CC support. So that's about 1,900 sats you don't want to lose. Ethereum, I mean, I don't even know what to say anymore on Ethereum. The coin looks absolutely just like dead. The coin just looks so boring. It's very hard for me to do any analysis on this because, like, it literally is just one of the worst. It's just such a boring altcoin. Like, nothing happens on it anymore. It's just gone sideways now for how long? You know, the whole month it's just done absolutely nothing. So my opinion on Ethereum is that this just looks. I wouldn't even try and trade it, to be honest. Like, personally, I just wouldn't even bother wasting my time trying to trade Ethereum. And, you know, it's just personal preference. I personally just don't find it very good use of my time. I mean, if I really wanted to trade altcoins, I suppose Cardano was pretty decent long off the CC, but I don't trade it. So, well, I guess I'm not saying that I'll never ever trade it, but it's not something I trade on a daily basis. Come down to the CC. I think important support 1,900 sats. Obviously, you don't really want to lose the low here on Ethereum, which is 0.029 sats. Pretty important support. I mean, if you're looking at Ethereum as a range, you have to view this as a long, in my opinion, because you have the low of the range here. You have the high of the range, arguably, up here. So, you know, if anything, this is a long, I suppose, on Ethereum. I would long it myself, but I think this is a long on Ethereum if you like trading altcoins. Bitcoin arguably in a little bit of no man's land, I would say. They don't really feel you have a really amazing trader. I don't really feel like this is like a... Sometimes you just get these things where it's like, it feels like a really good trade, and you're like, wow, this is a really good opportunity. I just don't feel that at the moment. So for me on Bitcoin here, I just don't have the feeling of this is an amazing opportunity, you know. And sometimes you just get those feelings like this is such a good opportunity. I honestly say I just don't have that feeling. Just don't have the feeling that this is an amazing opportunity. So you know, this is where, you know, you have to have that bit of patience. You have to have that bit of let the market come to you. You know, let the market show its hand. Because sometimes you could view this as like a, you know, almost like a game where the market is going to show its hand at some point. It is going to present to you a nice trade. But if the market is, you know, keeping it, trying to say this in like a metaphorical sense, but if the market is sort of like just hiding itself, you just need to give it time, because sometimes you just need, you know, sometimes you just need an extra 4 hours. Sometimes you need an extra day. But at the end of the day, you know, just give it a little bit of time, get a little bit more data, get a little bit more information. Are we going to drop to the downside? Where is this 4 hour candle going to close? Well, this is another 2 hours, 40 minutes, for example. You know, personally, I would just be very patient. Another drop to the downside or reclaim resistance back as support. I think those are two things that you can wait for. Do I feel that you have a really good trade right now? My answer is absolutely not. I truly, honestly just do not feel this is a good trade. Could it work out? Of course. But this is the thing. Price from here is going to do one of three things, ladies and gentlemen. Price from here is going to go up. Price from here is going to go down. Or price from here is going to go sideways. So price can literally do anything. Price can literally do anything. Does that sound like a good trade to you? If price can literally do anything, and you could even say you have a 33.33% chance of your trade working, does that sound like a very good opportunity for you? Or for me, it's not. If I'm looking at a trade and I have 33%, I'm going to say, no way am I ever going to trade that. You know, I want to trade a setup which is talking about 75% plus probabilities. I don't have a high probability trade from here where we are right now at this second. So for me, that just means do not trade. You see how simple that is? If you don't have a high probability trade, do not trade. Because why would I trade if I don't have a high probability trade? If I wanted to trade right now, I would personally prefer to donate my money to charity or go to the roulette wheel, because at least on the roulette wheel, I could bet on red and I'd have a 50% chance of winning, or just under, obviously. But you know, I just do not feel that trading is a good place to be a gambler. You know, if you want to gamble, go to the casino. You actually are probably more likely to win in the casino than you are at trading. So, you know, that's just my perspective. Again, people can literally do whatever they want. Yeah, but that's just how I trade. So I think that's about it. Hopefully, I've managed to calm some people. You know, I didn't want to come into this video with the attitude of, oh my God, this is really, really bearish, be really scared. I didn't want to come in with the perspective of, oh my God, you got to buy the dip, this is really bullish. Didn't want to come in with the perspective of showing you all my trades, because that's also going to offend people, I think, because, hey, people are snowflakes. But hey, what can I say? I wanted to give you in this perspective just a really simple perspective on the higher term time frame. Everything looks good. Retraces are normal in an uptrend. You do not have a high probability trade right now. Personally, I would like to see lower on the Bitcoin chart. I am in a short. Where would I say it's a good long? Well, obviously, more of a retrace to the downside or resistance flip into support. And you can make it as simple as that if you really want to. But I think the main standout thing is if you are in no position and you're wanting to short right now, you know, if you're feeling the fear and you are thinking to yourself, I really want to short this, I think the best thing you can do for yourself is walk away. Walk away. Just walk away from the computer. If you really are feeling to yourself, oh my God, and you're feeling sick to your stomach, you got to walk away, because otherwise I can guarantee this, you will lose money in trading. Just if you have a sick feeling ever in your stomach, you got to walk away, because there's nothing good is going to come out of trading from that. Okay, just nothing good is going to come out of it. So yeah, I hope that helps some people. Giving you my perspective, how I'd like to approach this. I think that's about it. Don't want this to go on forever. We've gone on for half an hour. See if there's any comments before we end. Options expiry, yes. Daniel, you're a stand-up guy. Thank you ever so much. Why walk away? This is a pretty good comment, to be fair. Why walk away? Better learn some more technical analysis in your website. To be fair, yeah, I guess so. If you're feeling sick to your stomach, maybe you should learn about technical analysis. Hey, what can we say? That's probably a pretty good idea. Or you could have been in the Contenders live stream last night, where I was also saying that I had a bearish feeling about this chart and I was in a short. So that would also be helpful, I guess, if you had that information. But for, you know, yeah, what can I say? What else do we have in here? Hello, Daniel. I'm not yet subscribed, but yesterday, with your tip on the patterns, I found a nice butterfly bearish pattern harmonic, which made me short. Thanks for the tip. No worries, mate. I actually had about 60 DMs on Instagram of people yesterday saying thank you for the heads up. So I do stress, I do think that I helped, well, I know at least 60 people, because I had 60 new DMs of people saying thank you. So obviously that post was viewed by 3,800 people. And yeah, what can we say? This is just a free update on Instagram. So yeah, I think that's it for this video. Don't think I want to really cover anything else in it. No, I think that's about it. So yeah, hope this has offered you a bit of perspective. Not really done much technical analysis at all. It was more of a video, just that I wanted to come in and hopefully offer some comfort or clarity, or just somebody to tell you everything's going to be all right. Thanks ever so much, everybody. And I'll catch you in the next stream, I suppose. Cheers and goodbye.